It's the REKK report. Rekkhan's in the building, giving you the raw and uncut. You know how I do. Sit back, relax. Welcome to my world. We getting it in. Let's get this started. It's the REKK report. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the REKK report. Today, what I want to talk about, man, is might be a little touchy for a lot of people. Might, for me, not for me, but some people might find it, controversial or whatever. But we're gonna talk about it because it's been on my mind. And I said, let me speak on it. Number one, let's talk about Christmas. Christmas, right? Christmas. It's that time of year. We're in December right now. It's that time of the year, man, and I'm a fan. Trust me, I'm a fan of Christmas. So, but the reason why it's, my whole thing about Christmas, it's I have a backstory, but I just want to get the disclaimers and stuff out the way. First and foremost, the reason why I'm a fan of Christmas is because it absolutely, positively has nothing to do with Jesus. It just doesn't. And since we're at it, let's just get this out the way. I am 100% a fan of my man Jesus Christ. Love that dude. You know what I'm saying? Went through hell. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, he wasn't born on the 25th. He just wasn't. If you read your Bibles, because I've read the Bible. Read your Bibles. It says the farmers were tending to their crops to that evening. That evening when he was born, that meant that it wasn't winter when he was born. It's just what it is. If you read the story, it's fair. But the thing is, you've been programmed to think that December 25th is his day, and it's not. So that's one reason why I'm like, Christmas is cool. But what happened was that when I growing up, we didn't have a lot of money or anything like that. But the thing was like, we never had like a chimney or fireplace, stuff like that. So I was like, why are we sitting up here trying to give praise to this white cat with this beard, saying thank you for these gifts and all this other type of stuff? And I ain't never seen no Santa Claus, nothing like that. And I'm go to some stranger, go sit on this dude's lap and tell him what I want, and then realize it like, wait a minute, my parents is giving me these items and buying me these stuff that I want for Christmas and stuff like that. Why am I giving props to somebody who I ain't never met, ain't never been here? But the thing is, we've been programmed for all this type of stuff. And like I said, another thing about Christmas is like, why, if this was dude's birthday, why we have so much stuff non-related to? Why are we talking about Santa Claus and trees and tinsel and lights and all this other type of stuff? Why is this stuff even related to? But nobody talks about, because it's birthday, everybody's like, Santa this and Santa that, you're gonna give me this. And so I decided, as I got older, I started doing my research, and I was like, wait a minute, okay, Christmas was around. Christmas, like I said, they said it, was a Roman pagan holiday, if you want to call it. Came around in like the third or fourth century. And let's square the whole thing up about paganism. All the pagan is not nothing. It's not violent. It's not some crazy, saying knives and killing and all this type of stuff. Somebody, or calling something pagan, or calling someone pagan, meaning it just means that they don't believe in the mainstream religions that were out at that particular time. So if they wasn't believing in with Catholics and Christians and any of that, they were just like, we doing our own thing. So that's where the whole pagan come from. Everybody looks at pagan like it's just like the mark of the devil. No, dude, do not get me started on that subject. But still, paganism is simply I looked it up. It's just somebody that just doesn't believe in the mainstream type of religions. But anyway, like I said, growing up, I was just like, okay, let me make this make sense. So once I was definitely deep into reading like the Bible, I was like, wait a minute, that don't make no sense. If it wouldn't be winter in Palestine, which is another, like it wouldn't. No, it's not possible. So that's when I kind of like shutting it off, and everybody's like, okay, we all about dude over here. We all about dude with the red and white, red and white suit on and blah blah blah. All right, cool. I roll with that. We good with it. But as I was saying, it was like I still was more like, I'm not finna keep giving people props when I know that my parents are the ones that are working to try to get these things that I am asking about or probably wanted, and it was like, giving me these gifts. I was like, man, I ain't never seen What's Calm at the job or anything like that. I've never seen Santa at the gig, so I'm finna keep giving this dude these props. But the thing was, I did, doing more research, they was like, it was a cat actually named Saint Nick, or not saying if it was, we're talking about back then, but but this cat was like from Turkey somewhere. And what happened was that this dude actually gave a whole bunch of like gold and riches to this one family. And the word just spread like Saint Nick. Like, saying the things were, hung with the chimney with care in hopes Saint Nicholas would be there. Obviously, Saint Nicholas was a cat. He was like, he admired this particular family who were, I guess they were good and righteous, because I think he was a pastor or a saint or reverend or something. And he just blessed them. He blessed them with these riches and with these gifts and stuff. So now after that jumped off, everybody was like, that's where the songs came from. It's like, the whole wishing of Saint Nicholas, and he knows when you're naughty and nice and all this type of stuff. It was one cat, I guess his name was Saint Nicholas. One cat, he blessed one family, and the word just spread like wildfire. Dude, that is promotion. That is promotion for you. I guess they broke it down like, yo, man, he looked out for us though. He could look out for you. You just be nice. You just be good. You do whatever. So that's something different. But let's go back and let's go a little further. What happened was that with these particular parties, these particular gatherings that they had back in the 3rd and 4th century and all that type of stuff, it was mainly end of the year, bunch of dudes got together to give each other gifts and stuff like that. And from what I heard, it was a little going on. So, yeah, like I said, I heard the women wasn't allowed, and if there was women there, they was getting mistreated or whatever. But it was a lot of stroking going on. You know what I'm saying? So, at one point they were saying they were getting drunk and partying and all this type of stuff, and it got a little wild. After a while, it started being destructive. So after a while, they let it die. It kind of like faded out. But the thing was, it kept, I guess they brought it back, and it was more like a yearly thing. Like, okay, all these dudes and these people are going to get together, and we're going to give each other gifts. You know what I'm saying? I guess for whatever the year. Thank you. So, okay. Here's a quick tidbit. Before we keep going with the story and everything, the party itself, or the whole gathering itself, was actually to celebrate the winter solstice, which is on the 22nd, which is actually the day. So the winter solstice, the solstice, look it up. For me personally, I think that's where the whole concept of Easter came from. You get, everything's down, and then 3 days later, the sun rises and all that type of stuff. That's my particular opinion on where the concept of Easter, came from. That, the winter solstice. But anyway, going back to the party. So having this gathering every year, Catholics, the Catholic Church, it was like, dude, we've been doing this for a while, but cats is feeling us. But what can we do to kind of like cement it in everybody to say, well, this is the place to be Catholic and Christian. This is a place you need. This is what you need to do. Oh, what we'll do? Check this out. We'll say that day. We'll just say that Jesus, since he's kind of like our center, we'll say Jesus was born on that day. That way, when the party's going on, after so much time, after so many years of, they was playing the long game. It's like after so many years, everybody's like, well, okay, yeah, man, he was born on this day. We partying. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, hey, like it's honestly, it was in this day and age, it was brilliant marketing. It was really like a strategy. It was brilliant marketing. Like, okay, we're gonna kind of push this into their thing, and make it our thing, so that everybody says we're gonna pump everybody up and tell everybody, yeah, this is the day that dude, he was born on this day, even though there is no physical evidence. The only evidence that's there is actually in the Bible itself, that says that he was born in when he was born, it was not winter. It just makes sense. But the thing is, when you're being told something for so long, it just basically, you ignore actual evidence, even if the evidence is like, you can turn the page and physical evidence that you read and that you have, but you go somewhere where someone else interprets that book for you. It's there in the book. It says it. That's why everybody's like, he takes a back seat on the day, even though the 25th is supposed to be his day. Ain't nobody tripping. That's why I don't worry about, like, when someone says Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. I don't trip on any of those things. I don't get offended by any of that stuff. Someone believes in Christmas on that aspect, I'm good with it. Those who believe in, like, Hanukkah, I have a problem with that. If you're doing Kwanzaa, or you're doing anything in the religious phenomenon, anything, it doesn't offend me. I shouldn't, like, if I see someone, they're demonstrating their faith, I don't care. I don't lose any sleep over it, and I don't try to put my value or put my input into what they're doing. I respect what they're doing. If I'm not down with the program, I'm just not down. So if someone says, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Merry Christmas," I'm just like, "Happy holidays to you." No, Merry Christmas. No. So that sort of thing. But it's like, I don't trip on any of that stuff. It shouldn't bother you. But some people feel so wound up that certain things that happens with other people supposed to affect you, and it shouldn't have to affect you in any type of way. But going back to the story, in other words, Christmas to me is like, everybody get together, you're giving gifts to people that you care about and you love. And I mean, now at this point in time, it's cool, because even back then, it wasn't anything that was like particularly hurting anybody. So it's not derived from some crazy stuff like that, that somebody was violently this. It's not, the whole concept itself, the whole in context, I guess, we've evolved to the point that everybody's included, meaning like, not just dudes with women, and everybody's good. Like, okay, we're gonna do this for the kids and stuff like that. Like I said, it's all about Santa get more props than Jesus on Christmas. So that should make even more sense, because the people be like, man, dude, this is not cool. See, me, like I said, Jesus is great with me. I love that dude. You know what I'm saying? Certified prophet. I'm more offended that people don't have his date of birth right. They don't have it correct. They don't have his even his death is not accurate. Like, every year the day he's supposed to have died changes. Every year it's just as long as it falls on, it falls to the Friday and a Sunday sort of thing. So they change. It's been changed every other year. Every year that date changes. So I don't have any faith in that. I'm like, y'all don't know when y'all don't know when he was born. You don't know when the man died. I just celebrate him for the fact of how he lived when he lived, from what I've read in the book. When I go into dates, this is Good Friday, no, it doesn't work like that. It's just like, man, I just think of it more of on a logical mindset. But anyway, with Christmas itself, like I said, man, I let people know, yo, celebrate any way you can, or any way you can, as long as you're not hurting anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you go into that concept of just being told what something is instead of actually doing the research to it, you know, that's a problem for you. Because I'm like this, I challenge everything, and knowing what I know growing up, I was like, wait a minute, you know, we're gonna go and see. Am I gonna go see somebody to go get something for me that I don't know? I'm not. The whole concept of actually going to beg someone else to give me some presents or give me something instead of begging my parents, you know what I'm saying? It's off to me. It's like, yo, if I ask for something, I'm not gonna ask some stranger. I don't care who you is, but the whole concept of, you know what I'm saying, this dude is that dude, like, yo. But like I told you, the St. Nicholas actually existed, or not existed, who knows if he existed, but the whole story of St. Nick was like, it was one dude, blessed one family, and it just basically just grew every year, like, yo, in hopes of this cat coming through and blessing me. So I know he probably had a show every year throughout the year. It was like, yo, St. Nick, take care of my family over here, bro. Think about me in the end of the year, man. I know you looked out for the Smiths over there, man. Look out for my people too. Look out for my family too. So that whole naughty and nice, or, you know, whatever works, whatever floats your boat. I just know Christmas to me is just a day when you're able to give something good, give something to the, you know, your loved ones at the end of the year, and say, yo, man, thank you, I love you, let's start this new year, all that type of stuff. But what do you think? I mean, hopefully, like I said, I kind of like smooth over it, and I kind of like dumbed it down to the point of hopefully that you'll understand, that you'll kind of know where I'm coming from. It doesn't, you know, it's all about dude. It's all about oh boy. Yeah, but anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, because it's something that I've dealt with most of my life. It's kind of like, yo, make it make sense sort of thing. So, but Christmas to me is great, man. Like I said, lights, tinsel, trees, all that stuff, man. I love all that stuff, man. It's just the fact that I know that this doesn't. It's not in relation to what has been like embedded in everyone's head. It's not that. But, you know, some people still believe it. But, you know, 2023 or any time, just do your research, man. When you have someone interpret something for you instead of you actually reading and doing the research yourself, that's the problem with a lot of people. People don't do the research. People don't find out things for themselves. They want someone else to kind of, no, this is what this means. Nah, dude, no. But like I said, man, this thing is about this some Santa stuff, man. So from what I know, like I said, he's around. He ain't never coming here. He ain't never been here. So I ain't never gonna thank him. I ain't never gonna thank somebody. I ain't sitting nobody on nobody's lap. Never did all that stuff. I was like, please, we're not doing all that. I'm not. Man, the heartache and all the pain and struggle I've been through my entire life, I'm gonna sit back and thank somebody else for giving me a race car set, which I know didn't give it to me. Like, dude, you lost your mind. So that's just me talking. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? What do you think? You know, obviously I'm gonna get a lot of stuff in the comments, and people are gonna DM me and, well, you're blasphemy. Like, yo, don't run that blasphemy garbage on me. Don't run it. Cause yo, this is Team Jesus right here, dude. Everybody in like I said, in every religion, almost every religion, everybody quotes Jesus. They know Jesus some people know him as a prophet. They know him as other things. Some people call him, that dude. I think he's that dude. So, yo, Christmas is what it is. It just doesn't have. It's not related to my man's. It's not related to him in any type of way. It's just. It's a marketing. It's just a marketing plan to be like, yo, put them on board with everybody else. But anyway, like I keep telling y'all, happy holidays. Enjoy your Christmas, because I'm enjoying mine. You know what I'm saying? Spend it with your family, give them gifts, let them know how much you love them, and all that type of stuff. I'll see you when I see you. Have fun. Peace.
Rekk Report.